All right. Hello, everybody. I recorded this video, not this video, but I recorded a video on this subject earlier today, but for some reason the audio didn't work. So I'm trying it again right now. And I think the audio, if you're hearing this, then the audio works. And, good for me for figuring it out somehow. I don't know what went wrong last time. But anyway, the point I'm wanting to make in this video is I wanted to talk about what EV Magazine is calling Balenciaga 2.0, and that is there's a Ukrainian company, photography, fashion, modeling company, and they have a website. They have an Instagram page, and their photography is absolutely heinous in its depictions of children and underage people, boys and girls both. The name of the company is Gorsad Kiev. Gorsad Kiev, and I will put a link to their Instagram page below, as well as putting a link to this article that I'm talking about. I'm using now. YouTuber Natalie Denise highlighted a lot of this stuff, so good on her. So you can look to her Twitter page for that, or her YouTube channel for that. I don't want to actually show any of these images, because I know that I'm I'm on the naughty list already, and I've been shocked to see other people who have much more reach than me on YouTube openly talk about things that I have gotten struck for. I'm not going to name any names. I mean, I'm glad these other people have more freedom of speech than I do, but I'm going to be really careful about anything that I talk about, that they could possibly use as a pretext to ban me. So like I did last time when I talked about that article about the child sex dolls that were being auctioned off by Kering, who is Balenciaga and Gucci and a bunch of other high-end fashions parent company. This time I'm going to do the same kind of thing. I'm just going to describe some of the pictures that this company out of Ukraine, Gorsad Kiev, the kind of things that they show. All right, already there's a picture of, I can't tell if it's a boy or a girl, maybe around 12, 13 years of age, and he or she is chained by the neck to the wall. Yeah, honestly, this is what they're showing on their page. This is fashion. There's a little girl, maybe about 7 or 8, in a black leotard, posing in a provocative and all too adult kind of way. Here's a picture of 3 children. There are three little girls, maybe 10 or 11 years of age. I'm just guessing. All of them with cigarettes in their mouths. They're all wearing leotards, looking like bad girls with the cigarettes in their mouths. Like, who on earth sees this and thinks, yeah, that's good. There should be more pictures like that. Here's a picture of a little girl on a bed, wrapped up in cellophane. Yeah. She's wearing like a red nightgown. I can't tell how old she is. Maybe 12, 13, maybe 14 at the oldest. Wrapped up in cellophane, lying on a mattress. That's artful, I guess. All right, moving on. A few more that I'm going to describe here. Oh, here's one of a little boy, maybe 10, maybe younger than 10. And he's got a pair of pink pants and like a pink set of wings on his back, strapped to his back, and no shirt. So he looks like a gay angel. And again, 10 years old, or so, if at the oldest, I'm thinking. And you can look at all these pictures for yourself. And, I don't think any of them are technically CP, but I just don't want to take any chances here. Like, okay. Here's a little girl lying on a bed, and there's a bunch of roses set out in a pentagram formation that she's lying next to. That's a charming shot. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Okay. A few more. Here's a picture of, I'll describe this for you. There's two little boys with their shirts off, maybe around between the ages of 12 and maybe 14 at the oldest, and standing over them, and they're lying on a bed, and standing over them, straddling them, are the legs of a clearly grown woman, and wearing nylon pantyhose, and the butt area is pixeled out. I don't know if they're doing that just to be tasteful, or I don't know if that means that she's actually naked there, or and that they're actually looking at her naked crotch, or if they're just looking at her crotch, as she's straddling them, with I don't know, underwear or lingerie on or something. But either way, objectionable, one might say. There is also a picture of a boy, adolescent boy, maybe 14, maybe 15, and his head is on a bed, and straddling his head, straddling his neck, is what looks to be a woman in a nightgown, and the lingerie is over his face. Again, here's one of a shirtless boy pointing maybe between the ages of 9 and 11, pointing a gun. It's probably a toy gun, but still pointing a gun at his mouth, aiming it into his mouth. Like, who looks at pictures like that and thinks, who looks at pictures like that and obviously this is made to titillate, but it's hard for me to understand the mindset of somebody who would look at something like that and get turned on. It's just absolutely beyond me. Here's a little boy, shirtless, with 666 written on his forehead. Here's one of a little girl. Again, the most of these kids are really young. I mean, they aren't even like adolescents. Most of these are pre-adolescents. Most of these are like children. This little girl looks like she's 7 or 8. She's got her head down on, it looks like the dresser of a bookshelf or something. And she's smiling, but her nose is bloody, or it's being made to look bloody. And there's blood on the bookshelf. And again, you go to their website. And these kind of pictures are still up there. I mean, on their Instagram page. Uh, so I think you get the point. Oh, here's one of a little girl. I can't tell. Maybe she's a little older, maybe 14 or 15, wearing handcuffs, nothing on, but what looks like a bra. She's hiding. She's behind a radiator with hand and she's handcuffed. This is so demoralizing to see. And again, I would show you these pictures just not because I enjoy, not because it doesn't give me any delight or pleasure to talk about these pictures, to describe these pictures to you all. But I would show them to you just so that you can see that what I'm describing is true. But again, I don't want to give the sensoids, the YouTube sensoids, any excuse to give me a strike, even though people like this are probably their friends. They're your friends. They're not my friends. Quote Ricky Gervais. And these, this outfit has published in major fashion magazines like Vogue and let's see, there's others that are listed here. Gorsat's works have been published in magazines such as Vogue, Numero, Liberation, Dazed magazine, ID Vice magazine, Dust magazine. I mean, the fact that they're Blink magazine, I'm not a fashion person at all, but the fact that they're mentioning these places by name, they must be big. I know about Vogue. Even someone who's not into fashion knows that Vogue is a very mainstream fashion journal. So what the hell? What is going on here? What's going on here is exactly what was going on elsewhere. This is with Balenciaga, with Pizzagate, in so many places. Remember that video that I posted? I originally posted it back in 2020, and then I reposted it more recently. And it's a magazine cover of a little girl with a lollipop in her mouth, kind of with a come hither look and a lollipop in her mouth, and she's like 10. And this was on a magazine that I saw on the rack at Barnes and Noble. That was the cover. So, this crap is out there. It's mainstream, and the makers of it don't care. They don't care. Forget Balenciaga's, crocodile tears and their profuse apology. That they don't care. They want to exploit children. It's what they're into. It's what their clientele is into. It would seem. One more thing I'll mention is that these children, even when they're just being shown, like in normal pictures and stuff, they're not smart. There's like this vibe of like, again, these look like lost little kids in a lot of cases. It's heartbreaking just to see the expressions on their faces. You might remember, this is another video that I recorded back when I was in Atlanta. I think it was back in December of 2021. I was visiting a store in Perimeter Mall, and there was a like a picture of a group of 6 or 7 kids, and they just all looked just miserable. It was like for a fashion shoot, but they didn't they weren't brooding, they weren't pouting, they weren't doing, Zoolander faces or anything like that. They just looked miserable. And that's what these kids look like too. This looks like child trafficking, a child trafficking center. How kids would look if you took their picture in such a circumstance. And this is supposed to be, a fashion journal. Again, I will post the links below, and you can look at these pictures for yourself if you wish to. Thanks for watching. Talk to y'all soon.